What happens when you're running a webinar and you're using the chat and you ask a question of your participants? Nobody who responds. And you might have 20, 30, 40 people in the room, but nobody wants to respond in the chat. Now, there are a few things you might want to try or test this idea. I usually do this in order to make sure that people do a chat. Number one, at the beginning, you always tell them that part of our interaction is really exchanging the chat. I will not keep on lecturing to you. I will ask you questions, number one. When you start the webinar, always ask them to warm up and introduce themselves. Like, okay, introduce yourself, where you are from, what's the weather in your area, and what you do. This sorts of give them the feeling that you are seriously want them to interact. Another thing you might also want to consider is this. When you ask a question, make it a provocative question. Don't make it like a factual question like, what is the choice between A and B? But make it like, if Peter and Nancy are quarreling with each other, what should the manager do in order to, what? To terminate them, to investigate the problem. Because the moment you put some real questions and real life questions into your chat, they're likely going to quickly respond because it's real to them rather than a memorization question. Another thing you might want to work on is the idea that you need to ask your questions in several different ways. So the beginning, people are not able to quickly understand the question, so you rephrase it, you re-ask it in another question. Finally, please give them time to reply and allow them some silence so that they can reflect and they can type in. Because if you jump the gun and you answer your own question, then you're not encouraging chat. So there's no silence in chat. Encourage it, practice it, because it's very meaningful for your participants.